Hare Krishna. So thank you everyone for taking out time on Sunday evening. I know Saturday and Sundays everyone will be very busy, but still you people all take you have taken out the time on Sunday evening and choose to join 1 hour of session on Bhagavad Gita. So this is usually we don't keep the session on today, usually for 18 days, and post the devotees who have taken level 1. So post we take some sessions, and Saturdays and Sundays there are other sessions as well which we take. So we thought it's a good thing that you devotees also can join for today. So basically in this total 18 days you might be seeing we are talking about Bhagavad Gita, and but what is the practical application of the which we can apply in our lives. So today we'll be going through this in the story form. What are the teachings of Gita, which Krishna and however in the stories on Mahabharata was there, in which Krishna have like protected everyone, and in our life also it's like how we can apply. So this is the first session which we are taking, and maybe if others week also, we usually on Saturdays Sundays also we take. Okay, just a second, mute once. Okay, before we start, I see like devotees are starting joining. So Hare Krishna, Annapurna Mataji.
Hare
Uh,
Krishna Prabhuji.
I guess Theus is Srivasi Mataji, Shreyashi Mataji, I guess. Yes, Theus was Shreyashi Mataji, and Kirti Mataji, Hare Krishna. I see Rinki Mataji and Mahita Mataji. So some few new people are also there. So Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome for the today's
Hare Krishna
today's
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So I welcome you everyone for this course of Gita Mindset by ISKCON Seshadripuram, Bangalore. So today we'll be saying in this 1 hour, like I'll suggest maybe 55 minutes is left. So today we'll be saying practical application of the principles of Bhagavad Gita, which we can practically apply in our lives. So hope everyone is ready. I'll just mute once, everyone. Okay. Yes. So today, no attendance is required. It's just a normal session which we are having, and hope whoever have maybe taken 5 days of class already, so they have filled the quiz. Okay, thank you everyone. So we'll move on. So this, as we say, we'll take up lessons from this program was dedicated to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of ISKCON. We will move. And we were very inspired by Srila Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, who instructed us to start this online program such that that message of Bhagavad Gita is there, can reach each and every home. We'll start with the small prayers. So maybe as I'll repeat, and maybe after one line, you can unmute yourself and also say, Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Jana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Samnite Namine Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripapadaya Gaurikata Dhamadaya Nagarakara Tarine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Samnite Namine Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripapadaya Gaurikata Dhamadaya Nagarakara Tarine Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangam Nante Grim Yat Kripataham Aham Vande Shri Gurum Dintaranam Paramananda Madhavan Shri Chaitanya Ishvara Hare Krishna. So once again, thank you. Okay, before we move, I just want to have today's interactive section. Not it shouldn't be like from a one way. So this is a one question is there which you might be seeing in your screen. So I request if possible, can you answer this question? Can you escape problems in this material world? Anybody wants to respond? Laknanda Mataji, Ashwarya.
No, we can't escape problems in this world. We have to face each and every problem.
Yes, Mataji. Shreyashi Mataji also says no. Anybody have a different answer? Rinki Mataji, want to say something?
Yes, sir. We can't escape from the problems.
Okay.
That's true.
So I guess everyone agrees that problems will be there in our life.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Rinki Mataji, Jyotsna Mataji. So we'll see as maybe how we can deal with the problem. So today's session, it's like a practical application. As I said, session is known as Gita Mindset, how we can develop our mindsets even in that material life. So many problems, so many miseries will be there. Still, how we can keep the faith in the Lord such that we will be able to handle this problem practically. Because we might be saying, okay, we are reading Bhagavad Gita, but how we can practically imbibe in our life. So today, in today's session, we'll be saying, yes, Alaknanda Mataji says, even if we skip once or twice, it got to happen in our life because of our karmas and because of our desires. So till now, fifth chapter we have seen the desires are there, desires and senses are there because we'll be getting miseries. So what does Bhagavad Gita says about this? So somebody wants to read it? It's no issues. Don't feel like that in Sanskrit is there. I'll be there to help you. Nobody will be judging you. So somebody wants to give a try? Yes, Annapurna Mataji, please go ahead.
Mam upetya punarjanma dukhalayam asaswatam napnuvanti mahatmana naha Sri
Samsiddhim
Samsiddhi
Paramam Gata.
Gataha. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries because they have attained the highest perfection. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Annapurna Mataji. Thank you very much for taking out the courage because it's very difficult whoever the first person is there to read out. Sometimes we feel like, okay, whether we are reading correctly or not. So we should be having courage because whenever we are reading any shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, Lord blessing is always there and we will be able to progress in devotional free. Okay, coming back to the shloka. So we say what we are saying. So as everyone said correctly, we can't escape problems in this material life. So what we say, suppose what the law says about this in Lord Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says where the problem is there. So in Bhagavad Gita, once we will be discussing chapter 8, in details we'll be discussing about this shlokas also. So it's saying Mam upataya punar janma dukkhalayam ashashvatam. So here Krishna is saying, after attaining me, the great souls, who are yogis, who practice devotional service, never return to this material world. So Krishna is saying here, these people never return to this material world, which is full of misery. So Krishna is saying this material world is dukhalam ashashatam. That means which is full of misery. And so after having practiced devotional service, so they don't be coming, they won't be coming here. So what does it means about dukhalam ashashatam? So these two words are there. Dukh alayam. So alayam means the place where we resides. So if you see, Mount Everest is also known as Himalaya. So him means in Sanskrit it's him means, and in the English if you translate it means snow. So Alaya means a place which is full of snow. So that's why Himalaya is known as full of full of snow and ice. So we see in our childhood days, or even your children's are there, they go and study somewhere. So where they do go and study? School and colleges. So in Sanskrit, this school and colleges or the institution earlier was known as Pathshala, which is also known in Sanskrit were known as Vidyalaya. So where Vidyalaya means a place where people used to come and study under the instruction of their guru. And if we even see, right now hospitals are there where we, whenever we person are ill or when we are not feeling good, we go and visit the hospital and the doctor will treat us there. So this hospital also in Sanskrit was known as Chikitsalaya. So this Chikitsalaya means where people will be treated. Alaya. Alaya means full of abode, and where Chikitsa was to be done. So that's why it was known as Chikitsalaya. So Lord Krishna in this sloka, he says this world where we are living is known as Dukkhalayam Ashashatam. So this world is full of miseries. So what are full of miseries? Can somebody tell? We have discussed in that second chapter also what are the real problems of our life, which Krishna tells. Can anybody remember?
Desires.
Yes, Mataji, please go ahead. Annapurna Mataji.
Desires.
Yes, desires are there. Desires leads to the problem of life. So we see, we discuss about the acronyms of C and N. Common to all, nobody wants it, and nobody. Can somebody say third one?
Escape them.
Yes, very true. And what were the four problems of the life? Janma, Mityu, Jara, Vyadhi. So
Ravya.
yeah, so these four things is their birth, old age, disease, and death. Nobody can escape this. This is the real problem. And we also saw the threefold of miseries, which in the mode of threefold of miseries, which is Adhyatmika, which the problem which comes from our mind and our body, Adi Daivika and Adi
Both.
Adhyatmika. So the problems which is coming from ourselves, problems coming from the other human beings and the other living beings, and the problems which is coming from the demigods. So if the Krishna says this world is full of dukkhalam and asashatam. Asashatam means this world which we are seeing, this is very temporary. So if you see 100 before or 200 years ago, so many persons were not there, and even our house in which we are living, so it has been just constructed. So this world is revolved. So where are our fathers? Where are our grandfathers? We don't see them. So this world, whatever we have come, is temporary. So how we can take this life? So suppose, just take an example. Suppose if you want to buy any car or a phone or any bike. So and just I'll take an example just to one. I'll be sticking to a one. So what will happen? So before we are buying a car, what do? We just research on Google. Okay, how is the car? How is that? His basic reviews are there, or any new things which we buy, and then based on our review, we'll come on to a judgment. Okay, this car is maybe of this caliber is there. It gives this much of mileage. It goes 4 seaters are there, 6 seaters are there, and is it comfortable or not? So based on a few reviews, we go and purchase the car. But the person who have designed the car, he knows the inner secret of the car, not the reviewer, because the reviewer is only riding the car, and based on certain few hours of experience, they give the feedback. So similarly, if you go and ask that manufacturer or the owner of the manufacturer car, that what is that, how, what is the car, so then he or she can tell you, okay, this car gives a mileage of this one, there is a secret is there. Once if you go for a top notch for 90 kilometers, then the car will be shaking, or some demerits and all those things. The real what is the secret, the only the person who have designed the car, he knows. So similarly, if you see, so Krishna is that entire manufacturer of this world. Just a minute, I'll mute maybe. Okay, yeah. So we see, so Krishna is that entire manufacturer of this world, and he is saying this world is known as Dukhalayam Ashashatam. Where is no, we see, we as everyone have experienced, means there is definitely a dukkha is there. We can't experience here sukha. Wherever dukkha is not there, wherever sometimes if we experience sukha also, again the dukkha comes. So it's just like right now, if you see the Bangalore is flooded with the rains, so after the rains, if the rainwater is submerged, so if you go and travel in that, so you will be seeing potholes on the roads, you will see. So these potholes, it's a life is a journey which we are right now going on. So this road, if you take as a life a journey, so these potholes are basically dukkhas which we experience, and after one pothole, different potholes come. So like that we experience a lot of dukkhas. So suppose in a 1 kilometer or 200-meter or the 300 meter of a span of the road, where there is no potholes, and we experience when we are riding a bike or a car, we experience, okay, the road is very smooth, there are no potholes, and we don't compare to Bangalore. So then what happens after 500-meter or 600-meter, again the potholes comes, and then we complain, okay, again a pothole is there. So similarly, our life is also, there is a between two any dukkhas, or between two any distress or the dishappiness which we get in this life. So suppose some people take distress or the dukkha in their life in a 1 day hourly basis, somebody gets in a 1 day basis, somebody gets in a weekly basis, somebody gets in a monthly basis, somebody gets in a yearly basis, based on that magnitude of the distress. But everyone goes through distress, and wherever the interval between the two distress or the dukkha, where we don't get those dukkhas, we experience a normal, and that's why I say we are very happy. So that's what Krishna says in this material world. This world is dukhalam ashasam. Nobody can be really happy. And when we go back to home, to Godhead, then only we can be happy, because we don't need to take birth, old age, disease, and death. So this four problems, which we maybe will be discussing later in the chapter also, once we start our Gita Gyan from Monday, tomorrow, and we will be seeing. Okay, coming to this word. Okay, I'll be flashing four words. Maybe devotees can reply whatever in one word, two words, whatever you understand. So first word, two words we will discuss first. What is jnana and vijnana according to you? Can anybody say what is jnana and vijnana? Whatever is true, nothing is wrong. We should be trying. What is there? Okay, anybody wants to give a try?
Jnana means knowledge, Prabhuji.
Yes, Vinod Prabhu, that's correct.
Vijnana means scientifically. I mean,
Sorry, Prabhu, come again, please.
Vijnana means things which like proven scientifical kind of thing.
Okay. Any other answer? Somebody wants to give a try?
Jnana means knowledge, Guruji. And
Okay.
then Vijnana means science.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji, for the answer. And somebody else wants to try? Okay, Jnana, Aishwarya Mataji, Jnana means knowledge, Vijnana means scientific knowledge. Okay. Anybody else wants to try before we jump on? As yes, everyone have said correctly only. Jnana means a wisdom. Jnana means knowledge. So in theory, we might have seen in schools or colleges also, There were classes will be there for a theory, and the same further it will be there for practical also. So theory, in a theory point of view, we know what is right and what is wrong, but we don't know what is practical and how. Suppose a problem comes, we know, so okay, like when the problem, like when a distress is happening, we don't know how to handle in that situation. Suppose if a fire, we know anger is not good for our life, or anger is not good for any relationship also. But when anger comes, we are not able to control it. So jnana is anger. Suppose take an example of anger is not good for our health, we know, but how to apply it in a practical way, we don't know. So it should be fructified, to vijnana. So vijnana, then only we can read, but if we don't apply in our life, what is the use, it says. So vijnana is nothing but a practical realized knowledge. So which we say, suppose like take an example, we say, okay, mango is very sweet, or rasagulla or gulab jamun is very sweet, and we go and tell to somebody, or suppose a foreign people is there, and we tell the gulab jamun is very sweet and it's very tasty, and we are telling to him, and we're giving the knowledge about gulab jamun to him, and but he's not able, he is only having a theory class. So until and unless he don't test that gulab jamun, so he won't be having that practical realized knowledge, okay, this gulab jamun looks like this. So right now it's a saying, have we done something in our life that because after reading Bhagavad Gita, or after reading so many scriptures or general knowledge we see, and we feel like means what is the output, what is the practical application of that? Have we done anything, something in our life that the Lord Krishna is very happy because we have done some practically in our life to please him? So when we think about those things, so that's the difference between jnana and vijnana. So somebody can say what is the third word and fourth words means. Third word is nastika and fourth word means astika. So somebody wants to say what is nastika in a nastika, then I'll jump into the today's session.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. I think Nastika are a group of people who do not, they are called as atheists, and they do not believe in existence of God. And Astika are theists, they believe in existence of God. That's the difference. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Dimple Mataji says Nastik means who does not believe in God. Yes, correct, Mataji. Anybody else who have wants to share their knowledge or opinion what Nastik and Astika means? And also there is a question I'll like to answer. Who are we? Are we Nastik or are we Astik?
We are Astik, Guruji.
Okay, Vinod Prabhu. Thank you. Any other person who have a difference of thoughts or opinions? They want to say what is Nastik and Astik? Just don't worry about that answers, what is right and what is wrong. Everyone is correct. We are just sharing our opinions and the thoughts.
We are Astik.
Yes, Rinki Mataji. We are Astika. Okay, somebody else wants to say? I feel maybe Sunday evening is there, and it's like, okay, we'll jump to our next topic. Says that we can see. Okay, there are a lot of stories is there which we will be covering today, and based on how we can apply in our practical. Okay, Shashi Mataji says we are Astika and we are Astika. So everyone says we are Astika. That means it's opposite of Nastika is Astika. That's a person who doesn't believe in the existence of Supreme Lord is Nastika, and that opposite is who believes in the gods. So who understand the position of who is God and who is Supreme Lord and who have created. So that's what the belief is there. So we'll see according to Shastra, what does it say? Somebody wants to read it, maybe? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can I read?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Samodamastapa socham shantir arjavam evacha jnanam vidnyanam astikyam brahma karma swabhavajam. Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, wisdom, knowledge, and religiousness. These are the qualities by which the Brahmanas work. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji, for reading. Okay. So here it talks about Jnanam, Vijnanam, and Astika. So now can somebody says the people who are Brahmanas, who are devoted their life to Krishna or in that further fulfillment. So then these are the qualities, these are the characteristics of a Brahmana in which they rogue. So they are always peaceful, they are always self-control, they have done lot of austerities, they are always pure in nature, and tolerance level is to the higher. Somebody, if somebody raises their voice, then we see our true nature. We are so much tolerant. Honesty. So every time, at least for me, I'm not so honest. So wisdom also, knowledge is coming about wisdom, knowledge, religion. So these are the qualities by which a Brahmana was. So now can we say, are we Astik or Nastik? Any guess? What are we?
Anyone, Prabhuji?
Sorry, Mataji. Any guesses? So like we everyone we saw and told we gave their opinion that we are Astik. So just asking a question, like, are we Astik? Okay, Rintim Mataji says we are not Astik. Then who are we? Okay, so yes, definitely this is the correct answer. Mataji says we are in between. So we see neither we are Nastik because see, Sunday evening is there. There is an opportunity. 16 devotees have joined together. There was an opportunity to go and enjoy yourself out in the evening, but you have chosen your time says that you can listen something about Krishna, you can learn something about Gita, and then which you can apply in your practical life. So that means already you believe in God, there is a something, some person is there who is controlling this universe. So we see we are both, neither we are Nastik, neither we are Astik. So we are in between of this Astik and Nastik, and goal is to we lead like when we hear the scriptures, when we apply scriptures in our life practically, and we chant our holy name of the Lord, then we will see slowly and slowly we will be leading a Krishna consciousness life. And like Srila Prabhupada is those are the pure devotees of the Lords are there who have like showed us the path how we can in this material world, which is known as Dukhalam Ashashatam, also by living normally, putting Krishna in center, also we can lead a normal Krishna consciousness life, and at the end of this life, we can go back home to Godhead. So we are in between. So like we will see our today's class. What is there? So there is an maybe before I start a class. So this is one question to everyone. What is Krishna's protection? Can anybody answer? Do you feel like God have protected you some or other time, or any instances in which you feel like yes, God is there and God have protected you?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Many times, Prabhuji.
Okay, Vinod Prabhuji, Jyotsna Mataji, yes, Mataji. Okay, Rinki Mataji says yes. What about other devotees who have joined there? There are 16 devotees also. Okay, I see common people, Dimple Mataji, Hardik Prabhuji, Jyoti Mataji, Kirti Mataji, Mahita Mataji. Yes, Mataji. So I have also experienced, maybe in the chat box also somebody have written. Okay, lot of many times Krishna has protected me even from my own self. Okay, Mahita Mataji, yes. Rinki Mataji, yes. A lot of times, yes, always. So similarly, in my life also, I have seen Krishna presence very closely. So we'll see what is that story and what is the shloka. This is one of my favorite shlokas in Bhagavad Gita, where the Lord says in chapter 9 and shloka number 22. Who wants to get that benefit by reading it? Who haven't read and want to try? Anybody else?
Jyotam Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, please try.
Ananya Chintayanto Mam Ye Janaha Paryupasate Tesam Nityabhiyuktanam Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. But those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack. and I present what they have. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you for reading it out. And this is one of my favorite sloka also. When I read, so I was amazed how like sometimes people says bhakti is a process which we should be doing at the end of our life when we get old, but we don't know whether we'll be getting old also or when our death will be coming. We are not sure about the death, when it might come. So suppose I'm speaking, maybe after session I'm dead, so we don't know when it will be coming. So it's a saying, Krishna says, uh, those person who worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form. We discuss. So Krishna says, whoever do a like worship at the end of their life, they will come to me. So it's a saying, for those kind of person in this material world, if they are doing bhakti also, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. So he's saying yoga shem vaham aham. So he's saying I protect the devotee personally. So Krishna here is saying personally for the devotees I protect. Even in that 4th chapter also we saw what are the reasons Krishna personally comes here. We discuss about 3 reasons, but among the primary reasons was there to give protection to the devotees and uh, to decrease and to establish the dharma. So we will see how Krishna practically protects according to this sloka is there. So there is a pastime of Arjuna Charyas we'll be saying. So this Arjuna Charya, there was a story for this. His Arjuna Charya was there in the southern India part of the India, and Srila Prabhupada was once telling, so when he was writing the commentaries, when he was reading the Bhagavad Gita, he was a Brahmana, and when he was reading Bhagavad Gita, he saw this verse, Bhagavad Gita 9.2, Tesam Nitya Abhiyuktanam Yoga Shem Vahamayam. So he started thinking, is it possible? Then he started thinking, Krishna is saying, personally, I come and give a protection. So this Brahmana means starting getting bewildered, like is it possible like Krishna will be coming down to this earth and personally will be protecting to all the devotees? And he was thinking, and then maybe again he is saying, maybe it's not possible, I guess, how Krishna can leave his own home and come here and protect us. So he was thinking in this way, and then say, no, it's not possible, maybe it might be there, he might be sending somebody through his agents, through some devotees or through some peoples, and then maybe Krishna might be giving a protection. And then with this thought, what he did, he took that Bhagavad Gita and he just strike out this Vaham Aham. So what he did, he just took that pen and just strike it out in the Bhagavad Gita, and he said, and this word where is then, I personally bear the burden and deliver what they lack and preserve what they have. He strike it out. So and after I strike it on, so I and then he wrote down that Krishna doesn't comes personally, and then there is some his office agents come, and that's how Krishna gives the protection, because Krishna personally cannot come here. So with that thoughts, he done with the duty. He went early in the morning, and then he closed his Bhagavad Gita and then went for a bath. So while he went for a bath, and this thought was there in his mind throughout. And what happened? So in his absence, when he was not there in his home, in his absence, 2 children came to his house. So if you see, 2 children came with a full sack of fruits, vegetables, snacks, everything, whatever is needed, ghee, oil, oats, and everything which needs to be prepared for this one. So in the olden days, if you see, the people used to carry with the one is like a scale thing will be there, and with that towards the inside, they will be putting this pots or whatever the vegetables, and as I says that it can be balanced in a different way. So these 2 people, the 2 young children, came with and knocked that door of this Brahmana, and the wife of a Brahmana said, who are you? And then said, and what are these? And said, this actually Arjuna Charya have sent this all food items. So he said, then but this mother wife of a mother, she started and asked her, how could Arjunachar could do this? You are so child, like is he so cruel? He forced you to lift up this so many heavy baggages. Then this two children said, yes, he's no, he's not a cruel, but still he told, if you don't go and keep this baggage in my house, I'll beat you up. And then this two boy just turned away, and in his bag they showed a lash is there. A lashes was there, a mark was there, of beating mark was there, and he showed. So then the mother, the wife of a Brahmanas, Arjunacharya, they said, have Arjunacharya beating you? They said, yes, mother. They said, if you don't go and deliver and to this goods to our house and come back, then I'll beat you up more. So hurriedly we took this ration and we came back and keep it in your house. Then the mother said, wait while, I'll feed you, I'll prepare something for you, and then you can feed have it, and then you go. So this two child, they said, no, we need to go again back to Rama, like Arjunacharya, because again, if he sees we are here, again he might beat us. So what happened? This two child went away. This two child went, and after taking baths and all those normal duties, Arjunachar came back and saw her wife is have started eating. And during the old custom, or nowadays also, if you see, even my mother is also there. So sometime if there was a custom, like mother, usually a housewife, many housewives are also, they also know. So what they do, they feed their children, their husband, and whatever relatives are there at their house, and then they take, such that there shouldn't be any scarcity of the food. That's what the mother shows the love. That's why is there. So Arjunachar was very much surprised, and usually she takes that morsel or whatever the food is there once I come, and then this. And she was he asked, my dear wife, why have you taken a food? Why is something okay, or your health is not good or something? Then our wife told and said, my dear husband, you are so cruel. I said, he was taking about why I'm so cruel. He's saying, you are so cruel that you have sent two kids and you have beaten them also for caring for this one. Then he was means perplexed. He didn't knew what needs to be done. And then mother was saying, what he asked his wife, what are you saying? I didn't send anybody. And they said, you didn't send. You see, whatever these groceries are there, then you only send. And then Arjuna Char was a bit surprised, and then he asked, okay, can you tell me how this two kids were look like, means how were their appearance? And then the wife of this Brahmana, and then she started narrating, one child was there, he was very fair, and was well built body was there, and he was so bright, so he was so fair. And the other boy who was wearing a yellow dhoti was there. Both of the boy were wearing a garland. This were little not so much fair. It was a rain, like cloud rain color was there. Rain cloud is there. How the when the cloud is color will be there. It was like that. And he was wearing a peacock feather. And slowly, when wife of this Brahmana was slowly narrating this description of that boy, then Sia and the Brahmana, both husband and wife, understood that it was none other than Krishna and Balram who personally came and said it. So this Arjuna Char, he personally understood here the Krishna. Then he says, if you say what they lack, this Brahmana didn't had that food. So Krishna personally came and gave the food. Sometimes in our life also, we might be lacking something. Either it might be house, either it might be food, or it might be money. So Krishna personally comes and provide those as that we can feed our family members, and then say he preserve it also. So this Brahmana was very surprised and says, oh Krishna, what I have done. So it is very true, Krishna personally comes, and whatever we lack he provides. So then he saw everything, and whatever the food was, the grains were there, it was suffice for more than 1 month. And it was very surprised how we have given. And then when they were discussing about those things, then Arjuna Achar understood. And when her wife told this, in Bhagavad Gita, whatever line he strike it out in the previous, he have strike it out of the pen, the same slashes was there in that back of Balram and Krishna, it was there, strike it out was there. Like this is just repeat up. Somebody when somebody hits with the hunter, strike will be there. So same, it was a strike it on and it was bleeding. So this Bhagavad Gita, that's what we say, is none other than Krishna, whoever Krishna, Lord Krishna have spoken. So then this uh, Arjunachar personally understood, yes, Krishna is a person who personally comes and protects everyone. So this is that one pastimes is there in which Brahmana understood that Krishna personally is. So there is also a real story. This story is about Akbar and Birbal. In our childhood also, many times we might have heard Akbar and Birbal story. So there was one time of this story was there. So Birbal called, Akbar called Birbal and said, Birbal, you people like worship so many devis and devtas will be there, and you say your Krishna, your Lord personally come and protect your devotees. Is it true? Then Birbal said, yes, Jahapana, it's very true. Krishna personally comes and protect our devotees. And then the Birbal said, okay, but why does he needs to take avatar always? So we might have seen Dasa avatar of the Lords are there, and Lords personally comes, or rather sometimes he sends his devotees also to protect their devotees. So Birbal said, yes, Maharaj, the Lords come. So they said, in our religion that Akbar started saying, Allah never comes. Allah says he will be there only, and he will be saying their associates to protect the devotees, and in lot in something it will be there. But why your Krishna in your religion, why always they comes down and then personally he tells, doesn't he have a job to do there? Why can't he send somebody? And then Birbal kept quiet, and maybe as the days pass, he says, as the days pass, maybe for this appropriate time, as we know that the intelligence of Birbal, whatever problems Akbar was having, Birbal used to solve all those problems with his wit and with his intelligence. So as the time passed out, Birbal Akbar was also getting old, and his beard was also growing white and all. So Akbar was having a grandchildren's was there, and who used to Akbar used to love them a lot. So after Akbar used to love them a lot, so day and night Akbar used to spend some times with them. So what Birbal did, the Birbal took a toy, one toy he took, which one made an exact replica of this grandchildren. And after this grandchildren, he made a replica. And what he did, whatever that particular dress that his grandchildren was wearing the dress, he took the same dress, and with this replica of the toy or that statue, whatever you can say, he just wore the dress, and they both were from his mahal, one bridge was there, and then uh, just he took that that toy or the doll, a replica of their grandchildren, and on top of a bridge, what he did, he took like this and lifted up in his arm, and Akbar was seeing from a far distance, Birbal is praying with my grandchildren, and he took, and from the bridge down water was there, he just fell down, means threw that into that water. And Birbal, just after doing this, Akbar was like taking aback, and what, Birbal, are you mad? What are you doing? And from his Raj Mahal, from his palace, he started running towards the bridge, and he so many whatever people were there, he didn't say anything and just started running in that old age, and he suddenly jumped into that water to save his grandchildren. And after fighting with that flaws of that the what we say, that is strong current of that water, he saved his that toy, whatever was the grandchildren. He came to the shore of that river, and suddenly he realized this is not his grandchildren. And then he called, he summoned Birbal. He said, what kind of joke is this? Are you trying to fool me, or what kind of message you are putting me? So then the Birbal said, Maharaj, this is not your grandchildren. This is actually a toy which I made. So are you mad or what? I'll punish you for this incident which you are trying to do. Then he said, Maharaj, I just want to prove my point, which I have proved already. Then Birbal said, after saying this, Akbar said, what is the point which you want to prove? And then Birbal slowly said, Maharaj, you remember you said one time Krishna personally doesn't comes to protect. So as the emperor of this whole dynasty, you are the king of that dynasty, and everyone is working under you. You have so many mantris are there, sanics are there, everyone is working under you. When you saw that I'm putting your grandchildren into some difficulty, you personally came running. You didn't ask anybody. Why didn't you ask for any help? Then Akbar river, no, it's my grandchildren, how I can leave him in this situation? How can I ask somebody else? It's my own blood is there, how can I do? So that's, and then as this Akbar was saying this word, he realized slowly what the Birbal meant. And then the Birbal said, exactly Jahapana, this is my word which I wanted to say you, that Krishna personally came as a king. You are the king of this whole ruler. You are ruling this whole dynasty, but still you personally came because there is a difference between, because attachment was there, love was there. So Krishna, when a somebody person gives his life, when somebody gives a do a bhakti, Krishna also reciprocates in that way, and he personally comes to save that life. There are innumerable stories are there where we have seen Krishna in the form of so many sadhus have come and personally have served their devotees also. So there is that's what there was, this story was there. So that's what we say. This story was there, and we understood yoga sheham vaham aham. So Krishna personally protects everyone, and he, that's the reason he comes down to this world and protects in whatever form. You maybe have realized also that Krishna is very like means what we say, in this material world also, when we show another people love, they also reciprocate. So Krishna also reciprocates when we that's a saying, it's when we take one step towards Krishna, Krishna will be taking 10 steps towards it. So this is the Krishna protection is there. So somebody wants to read this sloka before we go ahead? Any Matajis?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. One time we want to read again.
Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhittanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. But those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have.
Thank you, Mataji, Jyotsna Mataji. As we have read already, say Krishna personally says he comes down and protect the devotees. How they do in this material also, I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. He gives the protection in all respects. Such a devotee is there, he can do a bhakti. We'll be going ahead. Okay, so this is one more shloka is there we want to say. So somebody wants to read this shloka also. One more shloka, please. Somebody wants to read. Then I'll be sharing you. There are two more stories are there which I want to cover today. There are beautiful stories from Mahabharata also. Okay, somebody wants to read it.
I will try.
Yes, Mataji, please go ahead. There is nothing wrong, and at least Krishna is very pleased when somebody reads the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita's. Annapurna Mataji, you can please go ahead.
Yes, Prabhuji. व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिर एक कुरु नंदना बाहु सका है अनंताश्च बुद्धाय व्यवसायिनाम. Those who are on this path are resolute in purpose and their aim is one. O beloved child of the Gurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branched. Thank you, Professor.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So here Krishna is talking about devotion. Here is Krishna is talking about devotion, and he says in the second chapter, the shloka is there. Krishna talks about those who are there in the part of this bhakti and they are very resolute in that purpose, yes, I want to love Krishna. So sometimes we do bhakti also, it's for me also, it's there. Sometimes we do in that bhakti in the form of fear, or sometimes it will be there, okay, if I don't do something will be happen. So it's a saying, those, even if somebody is going in this path of this bhakti and their aim is one, sometimes we do anything, so his aim is one, to reach me, and that's they do because out of love. So he's saying, Krishna is saying, oh beloved child of Guru, the intelligence of those who are irresolute in many branches. So he's saying, so a lot of time situation comes also after taking any of the activity in life also, when we get failed or something happens and when we are not able to do, we think, okay, this I'm not getting any results out of it whenever we do a work, and then what we do, we dump that work and then say, okay, let's try something else. So Krishna is saying, those kind of yogis who is intelligence is always thinking on me, is always thinking about me, and who's irresolute is in many branch. So whatever difficulties also there in their life, they're always dependence on me, and how they I protect them. So I'll illustrate one story of Draupadi. So while in that, so one of that character is there of Mother Draupadi, who is that epitome of a surrender. So if we can learn something how to surrender to somebody, how to surrender to Krishna, so Mother Draupadi is an example which we can see. Mother Draupadi, how she have completely surrendered to Krishna, whatever in her life was there. We'll see a few pastimes of Mother Draupadi from her life, how we can also surrender our life practically in whatever condition was there. So there was a pastimes of this, you might maximum of the devotees also knows this one. So there was one time was there when Krishna along with his Pandavas were having fruit or vegetables juice was there, the Draupadi and everyone, they called to their palace, and then everyone was preparing something, and then Krishna, while chopping out that vegetables, so suddenly his a little bit with his knife, from his hand, the blood started coming, and everyone started screaming, Krishna is blood, like from his hand blood is coming, blood is coming. And maybe as everyone here is mother, maximum of the ladies is there, you know how much it's very important, a lady whatever things they wear, whatever saris or whatever is there, so they are so much attached to those things that they don't want to, they want to really take care of those things. So since everyone, so sometimes we see now somebody person will be also having a sin, then what we say, so we won't be tearing our clothes, we'll be saying, okay, some handkerchiefs are there or some old clothes are there. So everyone was searching and was saying, okay, let me go into that room and bring the old clothes and then I'll tie, such that the blood which is coming from Krishna, that it can stop. So Draupadi, she was wearing, she was a queen of that entire kingdom. Indraprastha is there. Indraprastha, she was the king of queen of that one, Indraprastha. And she at once didn't thought about anything. She just took her silk sari and just tore one piece of that from that pallu, and then she tied Krishna where her hand was cut. And then everybody came and then saw, okay, Krishna, we have brought clothes for you. And then they saw, okay, already that's first aid is been done. And then everyone was surprised. And then Krishna told to Mother Draupadi, Draupadi, that, was it necessary to tear your silk clothes also? See, your sari is now waste. He said, no, no, in for you, everything which is not a waste. And then Krishna was very pleased with this kind of devotion. Just a silk cloth he tied to Krishna hand, and he was very pleased and says, Draupadi, when the time comes, I will return you this favor. And then the famous story or the incident which we know, Mother Draupadi, what she have went through actually. Mother Draupadi, you know what kind of incident in that Mahabharata is there. So there we know Asat Sabha was there. Why it's known as Asat Sabha, we also will discuss. So this incident in which it's known, the acharyas have written also, the incident in which she was most dishonored, she emerges as the most honorable lady also. So it's a saying, there was a festival clothes. festival time was there, and as we know, king never like if somebody challenges in the olden times, if somebody challenges you for battle and for a game of dice. So it was a saying, a kshatriya, if somebody comes and challenges you for those both the things, their it is man pratishtha is a saying, there is a honor is there, that's which is there, they can't reject it and they need to go. So as we, maybe I'll cut short the stories and we'll be coming to the crush of this pastimes which Mother Draupadi have went. So this time what happened, this festival was happening, and while gambling, these Pandavas have lost everything. Everything they lost, and King Yudhishthir also lost himself, and somehow they put Mother Draupadi also in this part of that gambling. And then where they lost also, when we know how Shah means with the help of Dushasan, Duryodhan, and Shakuni and Karna, with that which is the Shakuni Mama was very like how he cheated in the gamble of dice, and then he did everything. And when this incident happened, uh, Ka- Karna told Duryodhan to bring Draupadi also. And maybe I'll just take one time. I'm very sorry, mothers. Everyone is mothers here. I'm very sorry. Maybe I'm just saying these words. So at this time, Mother Draupadi was going through her periods, and it was a cleansing time. Cleansing period was there. So she was resting in her room. And at that time, Dushasan just told to their dasis, then go and bring Draupadi, Mother Draupadi. And Mother Draupadi said, in this I can't come. And she was just, she haven't wore shari also, and just she was wearing a normal cloth, and just she have wrapped her around her body. And this Dushasan, he went and just caught hold of Mother Draupadi and said, you need to come to the Sabha where everyone is waiting for you, and your husbands have lost you in gambling. And Mother Draupadi said, how is it possible? And then, whoever is there, I am the queen of this one. Nobody can do. And this Dushasan, he was so much in ignorance. He was so much cruelty was there. He just caught hold of Mother Draupadi hair and dragged her from her room to in the court where everyone was there. That's why this Sabha was known as Asat Sabha. In this court of kingdom, every senior, their husbands, if you could see here also, husbands were also there. Maharaj was there, Vidur was there, and Dronacharya was there, Bhishma was there. They were ashamed of how means Mother Draupadi was like trapped her, listen, she's crying, and then the Dushasan is saying, and then Karna, and then they said, better robe her saris also. And there the Karna was saying, and what happened towards this incidents also, Mother, she was like crying in pain, and she was requesting everyone, whatever your sons are there, whatever your grandsons are there, this is not correct also. Even you shouldn't be. The Mother Kunti was also there, and then she said, this is Asat Seva, is that we shouldn't be done. But still, maybe cutting stories short, what happened, then this Dushasana was there in the order of Duryodhan. They told, pull her robes, because she have means she was saying something which was inappropriate according to Duryodhan. She said, why don't you pull her sari? And Mother Draupadi was just holding her sari with her two hands, and she was saying, Krishna, please help me in this condition. Nobody is helping me. Even my this five husbands are also there. They are also not helping. And she was crying out. She was crying out in this hole, and he was humiliated with Dusasa in the court of Dhritarashtra as Hastinapur. And he was trying to disrobe her, and she crowd and in open assembly for any help and prayed to Lord Krishna to come immediately to rescue her and save her honor. But you see, Lord Krishna was also not coming at that time. And Lord Krishna, who was there at Dwarka, 100 of miles away, and then he was listening to the prayers of Mother Draupadi, and then suddenly the kind of pressure which Dusasan was giving to Mother Draupadi. So she just was holding one hand, sorry, and with one hand, sari, which was going away, and with one hand of the Mother Draupadi was holding her complete sari. And then she was telling Krishna, Krishna, please come. And then with those that hand, and then she realized nobody in this material world can help you. And then she just completely, both with her hands, she left her sari, and she prayed to Krishna, and she called up, Krishna, if this is the thing which you want me to be disrobed here in the amongst for all the sabha, let it be there. If you are happy, I'll be happy. And thus, with the full surrender, with the both arm raised, you saw Mother Draupadi said, Krishna, Govinda, please come and please save me. And then, as we all those, and Neela, Krishna came here and blessed. And as we know, he's the whatever the sari was there, Dussasana kept on pulling that sari for hours and hours, and still they were tired. And then they understood something different is there. Krishna is returning the same sari in the midst of everyone, which Mother Draupadi have protected her. And that's how Krishna came and protected. So this, after happening this incident also, whatever yarns of, or what we say, yarns of a piece of clothes which Mother Draupadi gave to Krishna, Krishna in return gives a yards of clothes. And this, it's a kind of bandage of clothes. How much of they were opening, they were not able to open. And this how Krishna saved Draupadi. What we can say, their ijjat in this Mahasabha of that Asat Sabha, we can say. And this act of service and sacrifice, which Krishna doesn't forget and give that protection. Personally, he came and protected. And that's what is a saying. It's always a saying, if you see from this story, or reflection is there, a good act is always godly act, for which Krishna rewards at the appropriate time. Before desiring anything, one must make himself worthy out of it. Also, in this particular also Krishna was also there, and Yudhishthira was very means guilty, and all the Pandavas was there, and Karna was there, and he told to Duryodhan, why don't you tell and give Ishara to, means showed and told Draupadi to come and sit on her janga. So there the Bhima, the one of the husband of the Pandavas, of the husband of Mother Draupadi, here he took that pratigya and he stood up, and even stood up and then saw, I'll wear tear this Dushashan chest, and from there I will drink this blood. And for this Duryodhan, who is like laughing and said, come and sit on my thighs, I will break this thighs. And when he said this, whole like Asat Sabha was trembled in fear. Even the Duryodhan and Karna, everyone went into fear. And then they were, that's what this Mahabharat story was there. And we know how Mother Draupadi was saved from this one. And that Kunti in that last, he said Asat Sabha, and then Mother Draupadi, she would have cursed there also. We would have cursed everyone, and a whole the mother, this whole the Mahabharata would have finished there only after cursing. And because of that, Kunti Maharani said, don't curse, otherwise the dynasty will finish, and the whole Leelas also, it won't be happening, as the will of the Lord will be there. And then Dhritarashtra, he was very afraid, and then he said, oh mother, he was not blind by his birth also, he was blind by his wisdom also, he was not there. And they said, whatever you want. Then Mother Draupadi said, whatever in that gambling everybody have lost, all the kings, whatever is there, please return to them. And then how, that's why. And after this, as we know, 12 years of Vanvas and all, that's again after that one more time of gambling was there, and this was there. So that was that story of Asat Sabha. So we saw how the life of Mother Draupadi was there. So one more of this incident was there. This incident was of Jayadratha. So Jayadratha was one of the king was there. So we saw how he captured Mother Draupadi also there. So as we saw in the older times, means mothers or the wives, they never used to talk to any husbands in alone, or any other person apart from their husband. They never used to talk in alone, because it's just to be said, it's not good. And so Jayadratha many times have approached to capture the means Mother Draupadi, but she was not well. Many times he have sent letters also, which Mother Draupadi is already request so during this 12 years of Vanvas. So there was, after they lost their whole kingdom the second time. So this all Pandavas went for Vanvas, and during their Vanvas time, Mother Draupadi, when she went to fetch water in the pot, since this Jayadratha was watching from there, then he went cunningly and asked Mother Draupadi to give her the water. And then Mother Draupadi was given the water, and as Jayadratha was watching that water, was asking the water from Mother Draupadi. Mother Draupadi saw the lust in his eyes, how he was looking, and all, but still she gave the water. And as she was going, I need to go to home. And this Jayadratha captured Mother Draupadi and put her tied her in her rath, and as he was going, so it's a saying, so as he grabbed and kidnapped her, so as Pandavas came to know, so they screamed, and they say saying Yudhishthira, who is known as a very handsome, very fair, and very good build. And then the second Pandava, which is known as Bhima, who is like a very tall, is like a very mountain, and very like is a saying, having a strength more than 100 elephants also. And then Arjuna, who is in dark complexion, and then is saying he was carrying his bow, and this, as Nakul and said, they was undefeatable with their swords, went there and fighted with Jayadratha and saved Mother Draupadi. So in this way also, by the mercy of Krishna, this all, it was Mother Draupadi was protected. And one more story, maybe one last story, I'll maybe take 5 minutes more, and then we can wind up for today's session. So everybody might have heard about Akshaya Patra also. So this Akshaya Patra is nothing about, Akshaya means imperishable, or that which never diminishes. So it's and the Patra means a ball. So during their tenure, when Pandavas lost everything in gambling, and when they were going for the 12 years of Vanvas, so there was a Kauravas, Duryodhan tried to kill, and many things happened. And so while they were leaving everything, all their wealth, and was going towards the jungle for the 12 years of exile. So even the whole kingdom people, even the sadhus were there, they started following Maharaj Yudhishthira and Pandavas, and they said, Maharaj, wherever you will go, we will be also try to live with you also. Then Maharaj Yudhishthira, you requested everyone, please go to your respective house, because your wife, your everyone is there. But still some of the sadhus also came back, and started following Maharaj Yudhishthira and the Pandavas. And you see, Maharaj Yudhishthir was so pious, was so, in that time also, he was not having one dhan, means one money also to feed his family. What to think about the other Brahmanas who was coming. So he was in very grave period, and he was thinking. Then this Dhamya Muni was there. He went to Dhamya Muni and said, Yudhishthira Maharaj, why don't you pray to Sun God? And Sun God, if you pray to Sun God with all love and devotion, the Sun God will fulfill your problem. So what happened? This Yudhishthira Maharaj, on that Akshaya Tritiya day, he went to, after taking bath, he went and prayed to Sun God, and prayed with the full devotion, and the Sun God appeared and gave this Akshaya Patra. This Akshaya Patra, this, if you see, this is a one golden pot was there, which was impression, and gave this blessing. That entire this Patra benefit was there. So whatever you think about anything, what will happen? Those everything will come out. Means whatever food you thought about, innumerable food, how many, means if you see, this small pot is there, but with that pot, the entire jungle can be fed with this one. That was that blessing which was there, and it was there, whatever you want in innumerable quantity, it will give you. And the only condition which Sun God gave was there. So once everyone was fed, and when one Mother Draupadi will have her food, and if she keep this pot upside down, then for this particular day, this Akshaya Patra won't give any food. Again, the next day it will continue like that. In this way, King Yudhishthir used to feed everyone. Everyone he used to feed all the brahmanas and whoever used to come in their kutir, and like that it was. So one time, what happened? You might have known about the pastimes of Durvasa Muni also. So Durvasa Muni, which we discussed about how he gave the shrap to King Ambarsha on the second day also we have discussed. So this Durvasa Muni is famous for two things. One famous thing is there, when he is pleased, he will give a blessing like anything. And when he is in anger, he will give a shrap like anything. So he was known for his anger. So what happened in that Duryodhan, one time invited Durvasa Muni and fed him like anything. And then he said, my dear Durvasa Muni, after feeding him, Durvasa Muni was very pleased with that kind of Atiti Deva Bhava, which like the katsi which they did for that Durvasa Muni. And he was very pleased with that kind of welcome he which he gave to Durvasa Muni, and then said, "You can ask me anything, whatever you want." And you see, this kind of demon kind of mentality people will be there. Even if you lords also come and ask you something, you ask something good, he won't be asking something good for him. He will be thinking in which way others people can be harmed. And he thought, my dear Muni, my dear. Why don't you go into that forest where my brothers Pandavas are also there? They have also in very distress, and you go and visit their house and give something else also. And then Durvasa Muni thought, okay, this is also a very good thing which Duryodhan is asking. Okay, I should go and visit that there. So what happened? This Duryodhan, after the Durvasa Muni, and then he said, Durvasa Muni, don't go alone. Take your disciples also and then go. And then Durvasa Muni said, okay, I'll take with thousands my disciples, and then I'll go and visit King Yudhishthir. And then also he told, Maharaj, don't go in that morning time, because morning time these kings and everyone will be very busy. To go in that evening time, such that they will be very a little bit of free after afternoon time, then they can really serve you, because they will be busy in cutting in the jungles about the wood and preparing of the food. It will be difficult. Then the Durvasa Muni said, okay, very good, and then I can go. And then this Bhima and King Yudhishthir was their jungle, and they saw Durvasa Muni sorry, Durvasa Muni was coming there, and they couldn't understood, and but Durvasa Muni is coming, and they thought, so many rishis are coming along with Durvasa Muni, we need to feed them as a courtesy of the Atiti also. And then they thought, the Yudhishthir told Bhima, just go and check whether Draupadi have eaten or not. Then Durvasa Muni came and said, we were just coming to your house to meet you and give a blessings to them and to it. So this Yudhishthir said, please, you are welcome. I said, yes, I'll come, but I'll take a bath and then I'll come to your house. And then King Yudhishthir and every went to uh, that kutir where Draupadi was cooking this and keeping this extra bath. And once they went there, what happened? Everyone have their finished their food, and Draupadi just they finished their food, and she have kept that pot upside down also. And then all the Pandavas, even the king Yudhishthir, was also very much disturbed and say, what needs to be done? There are thousands of devotees are there, sadhus are there, which needs to be fed. What needs to be done? And this Mother Draupadi again, and the Pandavas started praying to Lord Krishna, and they started praying to Lord Krishna. And as Krishna, you think of him, he's there with front. And then Krishna entered in the kutir. And once he entered, and they said, Krishna, we were thinking about you. Oh, okay, you were thinking about me. What happened? What is the problem? And then before the problem started, Krishna went towards the Draupadi and started, Mother Draupadi, I'm very much hungry. Can you feed me something? And then the mother Draupadi, she said, see, already thousand of sadhus are there. Weren't they enough? You also came and you are asking for a food. We don't have any food and you are asking for food. Now, how can I feed you? You and thousands of Dev, like sadhus and Durvasa Muni. If they get angry, then we don't know what we will do. Then Krishna said, Not worry. You go and check in the pot also. Na? Even you have Draupadi, Mother Draupadi said, I washed the pot also. He said, not an issue. You go and just say something might be there. And then Mother, why you are troubling me right now like this? Then Krishna said, you go and check. And then Pandava said, you do something, Krishna. And then he went and then he brought that pot. And in that pot, a small 1/2 grain of rice was there. Sometimes when we wash also, some grains are left out in the bottom of that one. So that Krishna, he took that rice and then he put in his mouth. And as he put in his mouth and he said, and after eating now, he said, like, my stomach is full. And as he saying, when the Swami of this material world, when the Lord of this material world, he eats, when his stomach, his belly is satisfied, all the entities, all the 84 lakh species who are there in this material world, everyone hunger is satisfied. And as the Durvasa Muni and the 1,000 of his disciple was taking bath, suddenly they do like them. After eating, sometimes we do a dhakar, sometimes that gas will come out, that oh much we have eaten. And they felt, Durvasa Muni, they felt like they have eaten till like neck, what have happened in suddenly 1 minute. So Krishna, after eating, he ate that piece of one, everyone got satisfied. And the Durvasa Muni, they said, I don't know how my stomach is full. And this is, and they, all their disciples also started saying, Guru, my like stomach is full, and this Pandavas are preparing a feast for us. And then they saw this Bhima, and with Arjuna, everyone is saying that they saw, if Bhima will come, and if they saw, they will kill us. That you are not eating the food. And they everyone, they ran away, and then they ran away, and they saw that everyone is running, and they understood that pastimes of that one. And that's when they came and thank Krishna. So that's what this one, if you say also, that's what the mercy of Krishna is there. That's what personally Krishna comes and protect their devotees is there. So what is the final instruction of Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita? Somebody wants to read? Hare Krishna. Okay, maybe was I so boring that everyone is started sleeping? Somebody can read? Okay, maybe I will read it if it's an
Hare
issue
Krishna,
there.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, want to read it?
Yes, I'll read. Sarvadharam dharmam parityajya mamam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma sucha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Dimple Mataji wants to read in English version. Yes, Mataji, you can read in English also, no issues. You want to read, Mataji?
Yes.
Yes.
Abandon all varieties of religion and just sinful reactions. Do not fear.
So in the Bhagavad Gita,
Thank you.
18, thank you, Dimple Mataji, for reading it out, and Aishwarya Mataji also. So here, Krishna in the end of the Bhagavad Gita, in the 18th chapter, is saying, Krishna is saying, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender into me. I will deliver you from all sinful reaction. That's the promise of Krishna, which is giving here. So we might have today, what we learned, whatever. So if we see that characteristics or that kind of patience which Mother Draupadi was having, whatever the situation it might be there, not a single time, not even once times, she said, like she like what we say, she didn't trusted on Krishna. She just said like, okay, Krishna is not there, he won't be protecting us. That was that ultimate faith was there which she was having. So faith means unflinching trust in something sublime. So, and one more thing, if you see, efforts and hope is also there, we need to also do for getting Krishna mercy also. So the whole life, if you see, of Mother Draupadi, it was full of, means so much of problem was there, so much of trouble was there, so much she have gone through. Mother Draupadi, so much is there. So whatever she was going through, she never ever complained one time also, Krishna, why are you making me go through this situation? Never ever she complained. That's the reason for this attitude also. When we go up to this extent and then we do a devotional service towards Krishna, then Krishna is very much pleased, and he's out of love. He says, this devotee is something is not asking me also something in return, and that's why Krishna will be very pleased. And that's saying, we saw Draupadi, Mother Draupadi, she was so much beautiful, and he was so much beautiful, and like everyone was attracted towards her. And we saw how much powerful their husband was there. Still, she got through problems. So, like that, in our lives also, we can't say that problems won't be there, but problem will be there. But only and only somebody would have saved you. In that Mother Draupadi situation was also Lord Krishna only came and personally protected also. So in our life also, I don't deny families are not there, friends are not there, everyone is there. Through some of the problems will be there, but sometimes we needs to go through that problem, the pain which we go through that life ourselves only we need to do it. Take an example, if my hand is cut, and my mother and my father is telling, oh, I love you so much, if my friends are coming, if my I love you so much, but the pain which I am going through it, I need to only bear. How much ever the person might be loving, but the pain and the problems which we are going, only we will be able to give. Some help will be there with the family members, and it will be there. That's why they are known as families and friends. So Krishna is the only person which can save. So like this in our life, so many births we have taken, so many deaths we have taken. It's a saying in Bhagavad Gita also, is a saying, there is a saying, so when a soul leaves from out of this body, so it's a saying 40,000, 50,000 scorpions are there. So they bite. How much? If a scorpion bites, we will die. At one time we will die. So at one time, 50,000 scorpion biting at one place, that's a pain which we get when our soul moves out from that body. So that's what the pain is there. So Krishna is the only savior, not in this material world also. He takes care of our in all every responsibility. Whatever we are lacking, he provides, and whatever is there, he protects. And that's how Krishna saves us from the janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi also. So it's a saying, in this material world we cannot overcome problems. So whatever problems is there, problems will be there. Maybe for a certain time of time it might be there, not be there, like a potholes on the roads. But again, as you progress in the roads, you will again see a potholes or the problem. But when we come into the consciousness of Krishna consciousness, it can be done. So it's a saying, this bhakti yoga system which Srila Prabhupada has given to us, this consciousness, if we come, okay, Krishna is there. Krishna is there to protect us. How he have protected to Mother Draupadi, how he have protected to everyone. If he is there, everything, whatever problems is there. See, I won't say that problems won't be coming in the life, but when we have faith in Krishna, what will happen? We'll be getting that strength to overcome the problem. That's the beauty of Krishna consciousness is there. We will be knowing, with the help of knowledge, we'll be able to cross this pain, whatever we have there. So how much faith we have, Krishna will respond. So it's a saying, in this material world also, in order to build any relation also, how much we respond, the other person also reciprocate like that. But we see, if Krishna is so merciful, even a person who is not having faith also, Krishna provides everything for them. But still they says, what Krishna is doing, he's not doing anything. It's my will, is I'm working hard, that's why I'm getting it. Sometimes they things like that. So that's how much faith will be there. Krishna in your heart, he will start reciprocating, and he will show you the path also. So Kunti Devi also in her prayers, so there is one small book also in the Bhagavatam is also there, and Srila Prabhupada have also written the kind of faith which Kunti Devi was having. So in her prayers, can you imagine, she used to ask, oh Krishna, you give me problems. Whenever we have problems, we like, whenever we don't have any problems, we enjoy our life. Whenever problems comes, oh God, please save me. So Kunti Devi, she used to pray to Krishna, oh Krishna, please give me problems. Why it was there? Because she have seen, she is telling in her prayers, because Krishna, when problem is coming in my life, I see personally you come and give the protection. You're always there. When happiness is there, you're not there. But when a protection, when a pain is there, when problem is there in the life, whenever we have prayed, you personally come and protect us. So this is that faith we should be having in that Lord, that he will personally come and protect us. That's the only thing is there. We need to have a faith, and we should be doing our bhakti also seriously. So this two which important thing is there, effort and hope we should be having, then only we can get Krishna mercy. Okay, whoever person who have joined, who are not part of Gita Gyan, they can register it on the Gita Gyan, or you can ask me personally also. From tomorrow onwards, we'll be continuing with our 6th chapter, which is Dhyan Yoga, which is very important, which Krishna will be telling, okay, a person is there, in order to reach me, how they should meditate on me. Also, this is the certificate which will be giving you at the end of our course if somebody is there. So maybe we take some time, more than 1 hour. So this is, and if any devotee is having question answer, the stage is all open for question and answers. So thank you very much for taking out Sunday evening time, which is, I'll say, very precious, which you can have done something else also. But once again, thank you very much for taking out the time on Sunday evening, and we will meet again tomorrow. I'll still be here if somebody is having any questions. So maybe I can take the question right now. Any questions, devotees? Hare Krishna. Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So is there any question before we wrap up for today's class? Okay, I see no question here. Thank you for joining in today's class. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhya cha patit namam pavanebhyo vaishnavbhyo namo nama anant koti vaishnavin ki jai namachari Haridas Thakur ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Thank you everyone, Matajis and Prabhujis, for taking out time for today's class. So with your permission, if nobody have a Hare Krishna, Mataji. Okay, with your permission, maybe I'll end the class then. Thank you.